Today, pretty exciting day for all of you out there in Snowcat land. If you remember a while back, steering cylinders on my Bombardier were leaking. We pulled them off and then had them honed out and then put them back on, and one continued to leak. So I took it to machine shop, had them hone it out, and they got to the point where they were concerned they were going to take too much material out of the inside that it wouldn't seal. So we got a little bit of your brake cup seal in there, and we had it honed out. Well, we put this back on and still leaks. Trying to find a new one of these doesn't exist, so you got to find somebody that's making them, and that proved to be a challenge for an affordable solution. I started doing some research, working with my local steel shop and my machine shop, and we just got done making some brand new barrels here. So we've got our 1/4-inch port and our 1/8-inch port, and I'll explain that as we go. And then a lot of times when you're taking these out, you gotta remember there's a set screw on here that holds these in. But a lot of times these threads, if they've been in and out a lot of times on this brass, are wore down. I actually had them make me some new brass threaded ends. All we gotta do is pop the snap ring off of here, slide the components off the end of that, put them on the new shaft with this, and then we've got a brand new rebuilt setup with a new brake cup inside. This is gonna help a lot. If any of you out there need a new barrel because you're in the same situation I am, or you can't get it to quit leaking and you're sick of having to bleed the system out, I had a couple extra made because it was quite a production process. We've just got to finish up by welding the caps on the end, or the mounting tabs on the end of these, and getting them ready to go. I'll put a description down below. If you're in need of them, get a hold of me and we'll get it worked out.
For some reason the video did not save, so we got the next best thing, which is the pictures. So with this, you'll see what comes up on the top is your new cylinder barrel, your new brake cup seal, and your new brass bushing. Also included are the new bleeder screw and the right angle brake line adapter. So what you're going to want to do, number one, is back that set screw off your old brass bushing in your old barrel. Once you've got that done, go ahead and slide that unit out. Once that unit's out, do yourself a favor and go ahead and thread that yoke off the end of the cylinder rod. You want to thread that off while everything's intact because you got something good to hold on to. Resist the urge to mar up the back of that brass seal that connects with your brake cup seal so you do not cause any sharp areas in order to cut your brake cup seal. So either wrap it in leather or do what you need to, but that should not come off that hard. Once that's off of there, go ahead and very carefully compress that brass bushing and unsnap that snap seal. Now, gradually release the tension on that so that the snap ring and the brass bushing does not go flying, but they're the old components anyways. Go ahead and take that spring off, clean up any crusty, rusty junk you've got on there, get that cylinder nice and shiny again, and go ahead and reassemble that. Now, I prefer to go ahead and smear that whole entire thing in grease. Once that is completely coated in grease, I will go ahead and slide that new brass bushing back on. Remember, keep the two tension holes up towards the yoke, towards the top of the cylinder rod. Once you do that, go ahead and compress that down, put the new snap ring on. Once that is in place, go ahead and thread your yoke back on, install the brake cup seal, and thread that back together. Once it's in there fully flush with the front of the barrel face, go ahead and set that set screw again. Once that's complete, you'll go ahead and reinstall that on top of your differential, putting it both pins in, hooking up your brake lines, and then go ahead and bleed that. Once that's all bled out, you will have a brand new steering system free of leaks. If that helps you, which it helped me certainly, go ahead, give me likes, ask me a question, send me a comment. I'll let you know how to get your own. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the snow.